Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Serious Slander Saturday, your one-stop dose for AUTZ content in New Eden. I'm your host, Kale Eagles. I have test lines. Please ignore. Don't hold it against me. Also, slight disclaimer, my views do not represent the views of Test at all, especially in the upcoming confrontation between ROTE and FRT Capel in Navula in Pochven tonight. It's going to be around about 1 to 2 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. I am hoping to be able to get there and to stream it. I think it's going to be a pretty good fight. For those of you who are unaware, ROTE Capel was successful a couple of days ago in putting the FRT the FRT Fortizar into Hull. They're able to hold off the horde of Fraternity by collapsing wormholes and fighting them one jump out. Fraternity was able to make it into Navula as the Fortizar hit Hull. So that's kicking off tonight. It is going to be fucking off the chops, I reckon. It's an all hands on deck from both sides. So hopefully I'll be able to show you that today. I currently don't have anyone on the show at the moment. Actually, hopefully I am coming through okay. If you guys can hear me fine, please let me know, because I know that sound is an issue that I have quite a fucking lot on this show. You may have also noticed the new background on the show. This was taken by Redline off the Convergence event for Doctor Who, and I think it is fucking pretty as fuck. You can hear me loud and clear? Alright, thank you very much, Yazrik. For once, I finally got it working. So today's topics is Fraternity versus ROTE War. I'm hoping to get members from Fraternity and ROTE Capel or either to come on so I don't butcher this story. The Doctor Who event, and make sure I got to pause my fucking Steam so when people decide to start spamming me with Dota invites, you guys don't hear it. So the Doctor Who event, I haven't actually done it yet personally. I've run a couple of fleets, but I haven't really been much on Eve, so, have a bit of a chat about that. And whatever clickbait title I can currently come up with on the spot. But yeah, so anyway, welcome to Serious Slander Saturday. I am going to try to fill the next 2 hours with just random crap. So, Fraternity versus ROTE, we'll start off with, while I'm hopefully getting Malachi onto the show again from NC Dot. So, as far as I'm able to tell, and there are probably you guys in the audience who know better, and I'm going to butcher this, and I apologize in advance, this is just like a TLDR of what I've been able to put together. Started off with ROTE Capel were living up in the north when Fraternity was still fighting everyone up there to, claim that region of space. Fraternity apparently went up to ROTE Capel, went, look, we'll give you, I can't remember, it was either if you leave us alone, we won't touch you, you can keep your space, or we will pay you not to interfere and you can keep your space. ROTE Capel was like, yeah, sure, bro. Sounds good. We don't want to fuck with you a lot anyway, you're bigger than us. Fraternity did their biz. They took everything around ROTE Capel space up in the north, and then went, look, we will pay you, 20 cents on the dollar for all of your SOV and structures. ROTE Capel went, yeah, nah, get fucked, cunt. Decided to fight. They ended up losing the space, but if you look at the battle report, I know there was a Reddit post on it at some point, I think ROTE in the year 2021. Fraternity bled for it, but they won. ROTE decided to then go into Pochven with friends. I believe they're working with Snuff and a couple of other groups, judging from the BRs that are coming out of there. So they're sitting there, they're working with their mates. Fraternity's going, oh look, this is rich space, we're going to come and invade this and take it over. ROTE Capel and friends, Stroborg Enclave, etc. We'll just call them Pochven and Co from now on. So Pochco decided, yeah, now go fuck yourself, and have held them off as best as they could. They ended up buying a bunch of capitals, most of the structures in the space, and they've been holding. Fraternity have tried many, many times to try to destroy the various Fortizars, especially around Navula, where all this conflict seems to be centered, and have currently been able to do so. due to bad FC decisions like warping into a Fortizar model with a hack fleet. As someone who's done that by accident, I can say that's really fucking annoying because that's 3 minutes until you E-warp out of there. As well as, you know, having cap supremacy because they have the capitals that are in there. You can't. So for those of you who are unaware, you are unable to build or get capitals into Pochven. The same as citadels, you can't drop any structures, so all the structures that are currently there are grandfathered, the same as the capitals. Hey man, thanks for the follow. So yeah, they had the capital supremacy as well as sitting on the fort. Fraternity's tried many times to blow them up. They, Pochco and friends, Pochven and friends, Pochco, have bled a little. They've lost some capitals in these engagements, but they have not lost the Fortizar or allowed it to go into a whole timer that I'm aware of. A couple of days ago, they decided to reinforce it. They got through the shield timer fine. They got through the armor timer surprisingly. As I said, tonight around about 2 AM Australian Eastern Standard Time, it comes out into its final timer for the Fraternity Fortizar in Navula. Anyway, in joining us today is Bella Pinnell. He's one of our coordinators in test. How are you doing, Bella?
Well, good morning, dude. Pretty fine, and you?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. You sound a little bit tired.
Yeah, I just spoke up, dude.
Yeah, I know that feeling. So I did also, guys, I did post in the ROTE public channel just asking someone to hop on, so I really do hope that somebody does pop on and fix my butchered account of the crazy events that have been going on in Pochven. But hopefully, as I said, tonight, I will hopefully be able to stream that for you guys so you can watch the fight. It is going to be massive. There is rage pinging going on from all sides. There are going to be numerous third parties. It's going to be a clusterfuck of epic proportions, and I will do my best to bring it to you live before someone blows up my shuttle because they're a salty bastard and I IP red on nearly all of my enemies' overviews. Even when my ship is called New in Post Cameraman, Please Don't Kill. Or a shortened version of that anyway. But, you know, as I said, considering the fact that a lot of those structures are grandfathered, if Fraternity does lose this structure, unless someone decides to sell them another one, it's going to be massive. You know, like the Fortizars there are the keep stars of nullsec. And even, I guess, highsec too, because, you know, there are no, as far as I'm aware, there are no keep stars in Pochven. There might be. I'm not sure. But yeah, the fact that they're going to lose, or possibly lose one of their Fortizars is going to be massive for their power play into Pochven. Last time I was in Pochven and I had a look around the grid, the Fortizar was called Want to by Navula Forts. So Fraternity's still trying their best to get more structures in the system, but most of them, as I said, are owned by Pochco, which is, you know, Rokapel, Snuffed, and everyone else in Pochven. And they're not, it still is? Yeah, it's sick. And yeah, look, they're not looking to sell anytime soon. They have their space, and like, look, power to them. These are smaller groups who are standing up against a massive group and are holding their own. They may be getting the bloody nose, but they are getting the knockouts. You know, they're winning the fights. Tonight might be whether or not they actually finally win the war. So, power to them. I'm always rooting for the little guy in this situation. And I wish Rokapel all the best. And Fraternity, you guys better bring your A game. I think it's going to be an epic fight either way. And with the way Eve has been, its content, it's going to be ships explosions, it's going to be pixels dying, and it's going to be fucking sick. G'day, Night Sky. How you doing, mate? So, that is, in a nutshell, the Fratverse ROTE history. Like, you guys can go have a look at the battle reports and stuff like that. There's been some absolutely crazy fights that have been going on throughout the entire history of, you know, Pochco friends and Fraternity. So, don't have them on me because, truthfully, I am seriously underprepared for tonight's show because I thought it was Friday because I am a bad. Other than that, the Doctor Who event, if you guys only watch the show, don't actually log in anymore, make sure you do log in, grab the daily rewards for the event. I mean, it's still 15,000 skill points if you have an alpha account. I think it's like 50,000 if you've got a Omega account. So, skill points. Other than that, I really don't have much info about the event, sadly. I know a lot of people are pissed off about it. I know some people are really cool about it. I think it looks really funky. I mean, I've got a video here of just what it looks like when you warp into the site. So give me a second, let me try to pull that up. So I don't know if any of you guys have actually gone into the sites yet. I'm just making sure I get the right video. Yeah, cool, there we go. That's it there. Let me just quickly throw it up onto the screen. Yes, I don't know if any of you guys have actually done the events yet, but it has a custom animation, if that's what you want to call it, for the warp-ins. So let me just try to bring something up. I'm pretty sure it's this one. Cool, yeah, so it actually has a custom animation for coming in. There we go, okay. There we go, so it's up on screen. So I think that's really nifty. Give me a sec, I'll see if I can play that again for you guys. Yeah, so you come in like the TARDIS, you're rolling around, you're getting hit by the lightning, everything, you know, it's all wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey, and boom, you go out into the event. As I said, I know a lot of people that was a speed, that was the warp-in effect, or, you know, the jump effect, whatever you want to call it, for the Doctor Who event. As I said, like, I know a lot of people may not like it and everything, but we've got to give it to Eve, especially players like myself who've been playing since like the early 00s, 2012, stuff like that. And the old effects, like, you know. Yeah, I would, Justin, that would be sick. We should petition CCP to add this animation for when there's traffic control. That would be mad. Like, could you imagine, you know, your ship just starts losing control, spinning on the spot in the warp tunnel, and it's like, oh, fuck, you know, there's traffic control, and that explains why it takes so long, because you're going up, down, left, right, and all over the place. Oh, Mav's awake. Mav, hop onto the show, you lazy bastard. I know you probably just woke up as well, but technically so did I. Probably like more 3 hours ago, because, hey, fuck sleep. But look, as I said, the event looks interesting. There's some really cool cosmetics. Look, I know that we're all not a fan of the, you want to eat bacon? I know that we're all not a fan of buying cosmetics. I know some of us are a fan of buying cosmetics. I know the skins. So Mav, who's the host of Trash Talk Thursday, have been posting the skins non-stop in the cesspool, and they look really cool. So if you guys remember the I think it's the lava core skins for a lot of the Mars ships, the kind of tiger stripe with the flaming vents. So it looks like these skins are more blue, and they've got like TARDIS particles coming out of the events. I don't know. They look pretty nifty, and it's not a Mara exclusive. So, you know, check those out if at your own pleasure. Check out the cosmetics as well. It looks like there's... And I really sound like I'm plugging this event for CCP, and that's not the case. I am annoyed that CCP hasn't... Like, they could have put this manpower and stuff into obviously doing a lot of the... CCP Eagle Eye, I wish. They could have put a lot of this manpower and energy into fixing a lot of the issues, but at the same time, as someone who did do a game dev degree in uni up in Queensland, like, I understand that this was probably an outside team that did this. Isn't bacon only for those that toast iHubs, Mav? from Empower 27. As like, you know, it was probably an outsourced team or an orbiting development team that did this. But I am an old school Doctor Who fan. I grew up watching the old, like, you know, the old Doctor in black and white and stuff with my dad when we got Foxtel. You know, and then obviously when I was, you know, a late teen, early 20s was when Doctor Who was revived, and it was awesome to watch. David Tennant, Chris, Matt Smith, John Capaldi. I haven't watched the new ones. I'll admit I've fallen behind over the last probably about 6 years, but Doctor Who is awesome, and I think the graphics look cool, and it's the graphics that are giving me hopes for the future of stuff that they can do in Eve. I mean, as I said, just look at that background. Give me a sec. I'm going to drop the black backdrop just because it. I mean, just look at it. It is pretty. I mean, this is a really far cry from Eve's old school black screen, a couple of white dots. You know, or just even like you look at Pochven, like that was our old background, the Triglavian Star and Pochven, and it looks nice, and it gives me hope for the future graphics, either just for the backgrounds and ship design, and you know, once again, give me a second, I'll throw up that Doctor, like even just cool warp effects. You know, like it gives you hope for the future. Events aside, it looks pretty. The skins look nice. The cosmetics are a little, yeah, they're alright. It's like Matt Smith's Doctor's suit and fifth Doctor's scarf. Don't kill me if I've got that wrong. Yeah, they added purple. The purple looks really nice. It was a lot better than you know, just red and black, and you know what the four primary colors we had: yellow, blue, green, and like that orange Mimitar tinge for space. So yeah, better than the old plain clouds. Yeah, it looks really nice. Hang on, I've got another one here. Give me a second. Let me just pull that one up as well. I didn't end up making this one in the background, so it was a toss-up between the one I'm about to throw up and the one I've got now, but I ended up choosing the one I've got now just because this one was a little bit busy. Here's another recording from the event. And it looks nice. I mean, you got the red on the left, you got the blue on the right, you got that wormhole effect up there and to the left and the right. It looks nice. I mean, you know, you can sit there and give CCP as much crap as you want for throwing up a Doctor Who event when the servers are burning, people aren't playing anymore, but fuck, it's pretty. Excuse me. So yeah, so that's the Doctor Who event as far as I'm aware. I haven't done much with it. As I said, there's a couple of you guys in chat who apparently have. The new skins have My Little Pony flames. Okay, I really got to check that out then. Someone posted that they, oh, there we go. Jassim, they look amazing, some nice mechanics, it feels grindy. Okay, well look man, if you're able to post in the chat or if you want to hop onto the Discord and just talk about it, that'd be great, because as I said, I haven't done them. I've just been doing fleets, and when I haven't been doing fleets, it's been doing stuff at home. So I don't want to, you know, talk shit that I know nothing about, really. Which is amusing, because that's basically what I do every Saturday. We got a message from... Alright, cool. So yeah, that's what's going on at the moment. Other than that, we've got... we talked about it last week, but for those who aren't aware, AOM has collapsed. They've folded into Ranger Regiment, and Ranger Regiment has been removed from the Imperium as per Mittani Angry Man Ping, which basically has left Esoteria open. The Arkan Keepstar goes abandoned soon. I'm not going to say when, just because there's already going to be a lot of vultures and stuff around, but let's just say in the next couple of days that bad boy is going to go abandoned. Fraternity has recently, I think it was 2 days ago, Fraternity has stopped their hell camp on the Ararkan Keepstar. That's RTAC ARKN. From now on, instead of me saying Ararkan, it will just be the RTAC A Keepstar. Fraternity has moved their RTAC A Hell Camp away from the RTAC A Keepstar due to the threat that they are now facing in Pochven, which is basically now left either AOM able to escape. I'm not sure. It's probably as being on the receiving end of the Imperium's Hell Camp in MTAC2. There is probably a very good chance that those guys are now set up and ready to rumble. It definitely looks like that the Imperium is allowing the RTAC A Keepstar to go into abandon so they can loot Pinata it. I mean, look, power to them, considering how much they're in debt with their war bonds. It's definitely going to be a boost to their ability to pay back their members. Sorry, I had to just jab that little one in there. So that's going to be interesting. It's going to be something to look out for. So there's going to be a really nice kill mail. Just checking Z-kill to make sure it hasn't actually happened yet, and I am completely out of the loop. No, it has not happened yet. So look, guys, grab a couple of shuttles, sit around the RTAC A Keepstar. You might be able to get yourself into a Titan. Whether or not you can escape with it is another question. Yeah, Test had war bonds, but I think ours ended up at less than 25% of the amount that Goons had, and ours have nearly been fully paid out. As far as I'm aware, the payments are still coming out. I'm still getting my payments on time, so... look, I'm not... As I said, it was just a little jab. I mean, I know we did it. I know Initiative did it. I know the Goon Swarm did it. I mean, quite a few groups did war bonds. We declared war during scarcity. It was a very tricky time. I don't really hold it against any of the groups needing to do it. Titans and Supers will be tie-dye hell. Is that into the RTAC A Keepstar, Oink? Yeah, Initiative did war bonds. Goons did the most war bonds now. Don't hold me to it, but I know that it was close to 25 to 27... Was it trillion? Or was it like 270 billion? Like, I don't think... I feel like the Imperium members, 270 billion would be a drop in the water. So I do feel like I am correct around the 25 to 27 trillion-isk. 25 trillion? Yeah, cool. So it is around the 25 trillion-isk debt that they accrued from their war bonds. I'm not sure about Initiative. I know that tests, we did, I think it was 5-6 trillion in war bonds. As I said, most ours are nearly paid out. Like, you know, obviously the lower the war bonds, the faster they're going to get paid out because, you know, less money, less interest, etc., etc. So either way, the RTAC, whatever they're going to get from the RTAC A Keepstar, considering how much capital prices currently cost, is going to be a really good a drop into their wallet. I mean, nothing was Army of Mango staging. There were probably people who weren't in that station for various reasons. Matani posted about a week ago a screenshot of him pulling the clone bay for, was it 37,000 or 3,700 clones to be destroyed? And considering the fact that they pulled access on the ACLs for Ranger Regiment and AOM and any one of those to be able to access that, that's going to be a lot of people's personal assets that are now stuck in that Keepstar that is going to go abandoned in the next couple of days. That's going to include capitals, supers, titans, ships, industry, PI, mods, ammos, like you name it, it's probably in there. It is going to be a loot pinata in every single sense of the term. So, as I said, grab a shuttle, head over there, camp it out if you get bored, because you might be able to score yourself a ship. As I said, you might not be able to jump it out, but you can at least see that you sat in one, and I guess that's half the battle. That's going to be interesting to see. That is a fresh keep star. I believe the Artake keep star is. I'm 90% sure that we pulled all of ours. Bella, if you're there and not still dealing with aggro, you might be able to correct me if I'm wrong.
What you're talking about?
Was the Artake keep star a test keep star, or was that a AOM drop?
It was a test keep star.
Okay. Okay, well there you guys go. The Artak test didn't have an Artake keep star. You sure it was one of ours then?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah, I thought we pulled all ours. I thought we gave them a keep star down near G Magic, and then we pulled the rest of ours along the train.
G Magic never had a keep star.
No, near G Magic, not in G Magic. They had Let me pull up.
They were in Paragon Soul. What was it?
It was like 4 jumps.
Let me check the fucking map,
Yeah.
dude. I mean, we had so many fucking keepsters.
Oh, we did. It really shows the fact that, you know, keep stars do need to be regulated when they're proliferated so much. Yeah, cool. I thought it was. Like, I was pretty sure we didn't have a keep star in that direction until AOM came in to help us with the ADMs and defense during the AUTZ and the CNTZ. I'm pretty sure.
Wasn't the keep star in 2i tech?
I can't remember. It was what?
The AOM keep star when they went in?
Why?
Like to the border to Rakan. It's the regional to Rakan.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, MS2, wasn't it? MS2 Tech VA.
I can't even remember. Jesus, so fucking long ago.
Oh, it really was. It really bloody was. I mean,
I just asked my girl which day we have today. So that's how you understand.
Hey, look, man, I thought today was Friday, and then someone's like, "Oh, you got to do the show tonight?" I was like, "Yeah, tomorrow." And they're like, "What, you doing a Sunday show?" I was like, "Ah, shit, I did it again." But look, we're here, we're talking, it's all going good. But I mean, look, there probably might even be some test assets in that keep star if that's the case. I mean, people might have moved stuff from ESO that they had floating around and just docked it there. But either way,
I mean, I can tell you, we got a keepstar on LG tag, which is probably close to Rakan. But I only know it because all my fucking 30 minor tunes are still locked off there.
Oh, you might want to start moving them then, the way things are going.
CCP have to unfix the account issues I have.
Okay. CC, please.
Yeah, I can't authentify my accounts. I won't receive the fucking code from CCP, so I got a ticket started like 2 months ago, and the ticket belongs now 230 message between CCP and me, and they're still unable to fix the issue.
Jesus. Well, look, if a member of CCP is currently watching, give my man Bella Panella over here a bit of a hand with his account issues. But yeah, so I'm trying to remember where I was. Artak A Keepstar going abandoned couple of days. Big loot pinata is going to be interesting to see what pops. Fraternity pulled the Hell Camp out because of the stuff in Navula in Pochven. I know that Norris has threatened 100% tax rate for a month if he finds any member of fraternity ratting or mining during the fight. So I was like, whoa, that's that's a little bit spicy. He's definitely focused on this one. So look, good luck, Norris. Or Frat, I guess I should say. I don't actually know who's going to be running that one. So yeah, they've pulled the hell camp out, which means goons have moved in. Goons are moving. Someone said in chat that goons are moving. Goons are moving their capitals and titans up there, ready to go. Like, it's going to be interesting to see. There's going to be a big fight over that while people try to, scrounge the loot for whatever they can grab. Which is also means that initiative is now deployed in Esoteria, in Test's old stomping ground, old home region of DTAC PNP. So that's been really interesting to fly into DTAC P, go to my old bookmarks above structures that are no longer there and see just, red in system. So with initiatives push into Esoteria, because a lot of the iHubs were self-destructed, a lot of the structures were handed over to Red Alliance and the Imperium and Ranger Regiment. It's given initiative a push into Faith Bolus, where currently Test is on I'm not going to say it's a war deployment, it's not a war. We're there for shits and giggles and content. It's a death clone deployment. It's not even it's a jump clone. Sorry, it's not a death clone. It's a jump clone deployment. Everything. The loot policy is citadels and capitals and super capitals will be nationalized, and everything else is free for all from the Imperium. Well, look, that goes with what I was saying before about it being a Oh, you're in comms. Hi, Mav.
Did you just say that in its deployment was a jump clone deployment?
No, Test's deployment is a jump clone deployment into Faith, where our death clones are still setting out a passage. There's a lot of people sitting there going, oh, Test is at war, Test is going to war, Test. It's like, no, this isn't war, this is fun, this is content. We were bored. We wanted something to do. Sure. I mean, Test is, in the end of the day, a war alliance. We thrive on combat, we love our PvP, and we were very much starved for that after the couple of months after the war, because, we didn't have, we got used to, look, Goons, for those of you who were there, you were shit neighbors, but you were good neighbors because you always came out to play when we rode our bikes into your front yard. And we got used to that. Being able to just ping a fleet, grab a bunch of dudes, hop through that gate, and just punch each other in the face until one of us died. Usually us if we went into 1DQ.
Malachi's and drag me.
Oh, sweet. There we go. And he's probably spend the next 5 minutes working out push to talk again. It was great. The Ferox fights that became absolutely famous and synonymous now with Delve, the Delve Ferox brawls that people still talk about, between Goon FCs and Pappy FCs, myself, Thomas Wilk, and then the Goon FCs were like Altari, Slav back when he didn't then drop a second Munin fleet because he a little bitch and don't like losing. And even Cryo, I believe, FC'd a couple on his FC tune.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, look, I missed the war too. It wasn't sustainable for either side towards the end because of all the changes. And you can sit there, and I know a lot of you are like, fuck Villy, fuck Matani, fuck this, fuck that, fuck you, fuck your mum. Yeah, you know all that shit. But in the end of the day, it was a massive content creator. We had record numbers from all sides logging on. We had people who had quit the game 10 years ago, resubbing, getting into whatever ship they could fly just to get into the fight. And that's the kind of shit that keeps our game alive. Now, as I said...
I remember the numbers in local whenever we pre-pinged for ops, and seeing like those numbers on both sides just fucking starting to skyrocket. That shit was nuts.
Yeah, you'd end up with like 4,000 people in 1DQ and like 3,500 in T5Z, and the other people who were like staging, and we got the beacon provides, Holy Ajuma, the holy site, the beacon provides, praise the beacon. We got some great memes from that war. It is definitely something that for the rest of my gaming days, I will look back at fondly through rose-tinted glasses, and not at the fact that I smoked so many cigarettes and drank so many bottles of Coke during those initial feed stars that I ended up puking into a bucket while I was FCing.
What the fuck?
I was doing it for the full 14 plus hours, and I was basically living on cigarettes and caffeine, and just doesn't mix very well after 14 hours. And yeah, I was puking into a bucket and we're like wiping my mouth, being like, "All right, guys, next target."
Bongs and rum is a much better, much more sustainable lifestyle.
Yeah, but beer before grass and you're on your ass. Grass before beer and you're in the clear. How you doing, Malachi?
Yeah, I'm just wondering when you're going to get over talking about Delve and move on with your life.
Oh, it was more of a it was a segue from the Artak A Keepstar going abandoned in the next couple of days, and goons nationalizing the capitals, super capitals, citadels, and titans, probably to try to pay back their war bonds from Delve. And then we started talking about the fights and.
Yeah. Isn't every man and his dog taking a shuttle there and just like walking around at perches and trying to nab a titan?
Yeah, I think everyone
For
will.
sure.
Yeah,
I'll actually never remember or never forget, how sad I was when I woke up at like 9 p.m. to the news that like we were fucking leaving, it was all over. Like I'd spent 6 months just playing this game 24/7, like no lifing the shit out of this war, and that's nothing compared to some people. But yeah, I remember like waking up and hearing, yeah, it's all over, like we're pulling out, and yeah, it was very sad. Bit of a wet noodle, but yeah.
Can you not talk about your penis on the stream, please, Matt?
Good one. Very good one. You're talking about the Doctor Who stuff earlier, by the way.
Yeah, I don't know much about it.
Yeah.
I think it looks nice, like the warping events. Obviously, the new background for the show is from the Doctor Who event. Have you done
the
them?
graphics are amazing. Yeah. There were like a few bugs that, if like there'd been some playtesting, maybe we wouldn't have had those bugs. Like I would hope CCP internally playtested this, but yeah, there's been some pretty annoying bugs. It's a bit grindy, I think, but the art is really nice. The skins are incredible. The art team like fucking nailed the skins. One interesting decision they made, it might have been a bug, is that you can't probe down the abyssal like sites like you can with other ones, which means you can't hunt people running them. It might have just been a bug, but at the time when it came out, you couldn't, so that was a bit weird. But it's good content, I think. I think the community is kind of overreacting about the like the Doctor Who NFT stuff. Like, yeah, they were looking at NFTs, and yeah, Eve looked at NFTs too, but like I don't think this collaboration has anything to do with NFTs.
Yeah, my partner's an artist and absolutely loathes and despises them, and will go on to a half-hour rant about exactly why they're fucking evil and we shouldn't use them.
Sam, I 100% agree with.
So I don't understand half of it, but I'm like, okay.
I've got friends who are artists, and they are loving the shit out of them.
Yeah, I guess it's a double-sided coin.
And they're particularly digital artists, so they've never been able to really struggled to monetize their work previously. So for someone who's purely a digital artist, it's a very useful tool.
That's quite interesting, and I think that's a fair perspective. I think, honestly, my biggest issue with all like crypto is just the fucking impact on the environment it has. Like, if you look at like the percentage of like transactions covered by crypto and how much power that's used, like it's just fucking disgusting.
The interesting, so yeah, my So I'm a little bit versed in this. My friends who are doing it, there are blockchains that meet some really high environmental standards.
Yeah.
So NFT is a little bit different to crypto because you're not mining the shit out of it, right? Like
True. Yeah.
there's a whole different kind of infrastructure in how they're built and developed and launched and what they call minted. Yeah, so it's a very interesting one. And you, like where I live, we run on 100% renewable energy. So if you're mining crypto here, is that bad for the environment?
I guess not, as long as you're not like causing. Like if you're not causing an increase in demand that is causing further changes to,
Yeah,
like, yeah, because obviously, like, if everyone started crypto mining, the demand would go up, and then that would cause them to like build more generation that wasn't
yeah,
necessarily needed, right? But
yeah.
it's pretty fucking complicated topic, to be
It
fair.
is. It is. The hilarious one on the NFTs is uh, artists selling their artwork. Essentially, artists striking agreements with each other to buy their thing off each other for $50,000, which then artificially
That's
that's a
yeah, that's
real
spicy.
that is a gnarly, and that's where a lot of the assumed value in NFTs has kind of skyrocketed. Is well, I'll scratch your back, you scratch mine, and then we'll try and sell them on. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like it's people are not necessarily aware of what's happening in the background. The same with cryptos and all the
money laundering and all that kind
well,
of stuff.
the
Yeah,
big one with crypto in the early days, with all the other ones popping up, was the pump and dump schemes, right? Like I don't know if you ever got
yeah.
invited to any of those Discord servers, but holy shit, they were hilarious.
I
Like,
avoided them all, but yeah, I'm definitely aware of like what was going on there. It's fuck.
and mean, I'm well versed in the financial industry, and you'd go straight to jail for doing that kind of thing on a regulated currency, but because it's an unregulated market,
Yeah,
it's acceptable, right? It's just waiting for the laws to catch up.
it was quite interesting watching like that kind of community actually start going into like the real stocks industry with like fucking GME. Like that GME stuff was fucking crazy. Yeah.
Anyway, this is an Eve chat show.
Yeah. I guess to like bring it back onto Eve, on the Meta show, Matani has outlined that they are incredibly anti NFT, and they are going to ridicule anyone who was involved in or like buys NFTs, which is interesting. He kind of lost his shit, and he was like, "Oh yeah, like we've been playing Eve Online, and we know what a scam looks like." Blah 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 blah. It was pretty funny.
I don't. Yeah, like it's an interesting concept. It's like anything can be a scam, right? Whether it's NFTs or cold hard cash, it's I don't know. I don't have an instant dislike of NFTs in a game.
I don't know. I got to dislike them. My partner has informed me that they're bad, and happy wife, happy life.
It's a lie. It's a fallacy.
Oh, fuck oath it is. You want a dog, she doesn't want a dog, so you compromise, you don't get a dog.
Have a baby instead. Have two.
Something else I also wanted to bring up. It has been posted in a couple of the other Discords and everything. I don't know the guy personally, but there was a capsulee called Frobon. I think he was part of NC, correct, Malachi? Towards the end.
I don't know him personally. I know there's a lot of people in NC who knew him very well, and yeah, I think there's Sino Vigil running for that. So
Yep, I'm gonna throw that up at the moment for people who may have known him. It looks like he goes way back in Eve history as a as a player. Like 2008 or something, I think I ended up seeing. So give me one moment. I'll throw that ping up there for you guys to be able to see. Look, even if you don't know the guy, if you're able to attend, like, I would suggest it. I mean, a loss of anyone in the EVE community is a loss to the entire community, regardless of who they are, what your thoughts about them were. I mean, you know, obviously there's some toxic people out there, but this guy doesn't seem to be anyone. So yeah, they're holding a silent vigil on the 15th, and I'm going to guess that's EVE time, 15th, so not like now. So what, 9 hours from now-ish? I think, how long have we been streaming for? 8 hours from now. Or tomorrow. Fuck, I don't know. EVE time's a pain in the ass to try to translate to Australian time. Either way, there's the ping, guys. If you're interested in attending the Sino Vigil, I would suggest it. You know, we've all got to pay our respects to the fallen.
Yeah, I believe there's a whole lot of access being made available for people to get there as well. So if you're new to the guy, rock up.
Cool. So do we have any clickbaity titles to talk about? Has anyone got anything they'd like to bring up that I've missed or haven't thought about? We spoke about the fraternity versus ROTE. We talked about... Oh, I mean, I didn't really finish the conversation about what was going on up in ESO. So, yeah, as I was saying, Initiative has deployed into DTAC-P. Did they get that Keepstar down last night?
Yep.
Yeah, they did.
Okay, cool. So they now have a Keepstar in DTAC PNP in Esoteria, and they're going to be deploying from ESO. We're skirmishing with them in Faith of Bolus at the moment. Anytime we start to get the upper hand, even if it's even numbers, even if we have less numbers because Initiative FCs are bad, they always call goons. We ended up getting blobbed. 800 versus our 200 is just like... Cool. We're just here for content, so obviously we're just like, you know what? You go defend that Astra with your 800 people. We'll come shoot it later.
Yeah.
Get more friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just not worth it though. Like, who wants to form 800 dudes to go and defend a fucking Astra house?
Goons do, man. That's what they do.
But yeah, like, I'm not gonna give them a fight over that. Like, fuck that. I've got better things to do.
Go and shoot NC dot.
We can't.
I did back in the day, and then we ended up taking over Veil of the Silent. A long fucking time ago. A long time ago. Fuck, that was like 2013. What were you playing back then, Malachi?
Yeah, I was certainly 2013. I was quite happy as an elite dictator pilot rather than FCing.
Still in VDD?
Yeah, that stage would have been, I'm pretty sure, VDD. With Dark Razor and Cryptic probably in VDD's one of their golden eras, I would probably say, would have been around that time. Would have been the defense attribute versus goons, fragging, faulty 7, day in, day out. Zealots versus Drakes. That was a good time.
I remember those, yeah. They were fun.
Whenever I hear people talking about how they've been playing this game for like 10 years, I'm like, oh yeah, maybe one day I've been playing the game for 10 years, but then like I look at the kind of like trajectory of like the game and it's like, is this game going to be around in 10 years time?
You cannot kill what is already dead.
Oh,
I'd really like to know what the critical mass point is. That's the.
When does it collapse?
When does it not become economical to... I reckon you could almost have like 0 people logging in and the game's still economical because there's a whole bunch of people that are still subbed playing skills keys online, right?
Automatic.
That's a good point, yeah.
Locked in players isn't really a necessity.
Yeah, people still
Well, I
paying
think-
for their year-long subs just so they can skill and be like, yeah, I'll play it next year. I'll play it sometime. You had 8 years on. They've paid for 8 years worth of subs.
I wonder what happens to people who have like a metric fuck ton of Plex and they've got game subs that are gonna last for like years and years and years and years. Like,
Yeah.
how is that gonna work?
Well, as I said, I talked about it a couple of streams ago. I got a mate who used to play back in 2010 and stuff, and he was in a wormhole. They were making back then 10 bill was a lot considering a Plex. So this is before they split Plexes. This is when Plex was just one card. So he was making 10 bill a month when Plex was only like 280, 300 million ISK. And he was turning it all into Plex. And then he stopped playing. And, obviously Plex has skyrocketed in value. So that dude at the time was sitting on a couple of thousand Plex cards, like just single Plexes. So considering he had like a couple of thousand Plex and now it's split into 500, that guy is sitting on
Holy shit.
trillions of ISK. And we're like, are you going to log on and like sell that? And he's like, when I decide to play again, I will, yeah. And we're just like, can we have your stuff? He's like, no. I mean, I know RMT is bad, and I do not in any way, shape, or form endorse it, but that's kind of the vibe I'm getting that he's considering. Because he's sitting on a few $1,000s worth of Plex that at the time was only a couple of $100 worth.
RMT bad. Don't RMT.
No, as I said, I no way endorse it.
One of the really interesting things that I quite like about like corp recruitment is how if they spot stuff like RMT, they'll just fucking like hand you into CCP. Like, I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, as a HR member in test, I see behind that door. It is pretty much, just blacklist request for this person, RMT, sent it off to CCP.
Yeah.
I mean, look, it's up to us to help. Even if a lot of you guys view the CCP is not helping us, it is still up to us to help CCP where we can. Because
it's our fucking economy, right?
Exactly, yeah.
It's not our job.
Oh, come on, man. If we just let this, if we let this shit run wild, if we let RMT run wild, if we let griefers, if we let exploiters and shit run wild without reporting, CCP ain't gonna do shit until you report them. You report them, you remove them, you don't have to deal with them again. So it does kind of end up being our responsibility to.
It is 0% our responsibility. The only choice you have to make is whether you want to play the game or not, right? Like, if you're gonna fuck spending like a single minute more than you need to get the fun you want out of this game, and if that involves like these people who run around and mass report Ishtars that warp off from sites or whatever they do, I'm just like, can you not just find something better to do with your own life? Like,
yeah,
I don't know. It's just not like either CCP wants to keep their game alive or not, and they should be doing the job, right? Like, if they don't want to do it, you'd be very amiss to spend your own time doing it if they don't want to do it. In my opinion, humble.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean, like I get the sentiment.
Yeah, it's an interesting take.
It's this you got to like the sentiment's great, but it's a game and it's not your job. It's not your responsibility.
Someone in the chat said, "Yeah, don't pay to work for CCP."
I just tossed a poll up. I'm curious to see: is it our responsibility to help clean up the community? Yes, no, shrug emoji. So,
our job is to provide content and get more people playing. We want more people to play the game with us because we like FCing decent sized fleets, right?
Oh yeah,
that's the best thing you can do to combat RMT, right?
Yeah, just blow them up. As I said, it's pretty crazy. As I said, I've seen some of the emails off, email account inboxes off, as I said, ROTE Capel, who are obviously have a massive hate boner for fraternity. They'll go through and they'll report all the botters, and they'll get 15 to 25 email confirmations within the next 24 hours of those accounts getting banned. You know, like that's how they. So in their end of year Reddit, and they're like, how many botters we got banned is this amount, is because they went through and grabbed all the email confirmations from all of their members and tallied them to see how many people they got the boot. The definition of cleaning up the community is doing our best to report toxic people, botters, RMTers.
I'm toxic. And report me.
And exploiters is what I mean by cleaning up the community.
Define toxic.
That's true, actually.
Anyone who uses gamer words.
Yeah, like fuck those people.
Yeah.
What are gamer words?
Oh god.
Homosexual slurs, racial slurs, you know, like the big no words.
Why is that being called gamer words? That's new to me.
I don't know. I picked it up from somewhere, and I love it because it pisses people off. Like, I'll be playing Dota, and someone will call me, you know, a slur, and I'll be like, "Oh, look out over here, fucking just slinging them gamer words." And he's like,
It came around because gamer words are, I'm quoting Urban Dictionary here, and this sounds about right. Like, they're basically words that get used in heated gamer moments. So yeah, like when a gamer is tilting.
Yeah, I think it's all trash talk, and the line between trash talk and toxicity is when you start bringing in real life things, physical threats or slurs. I think that's when it changes from just banter and trash talk to toxicity, and that's everyone's view on toxicity is obviously different. There are some people out there who believe I'm toxic just because I'm a male. And there are other people out there who think I'm perfectly fine because whatever reason. You know, like that line changes person to person. But that is my personal view. Once you start bringing in personal insults, real life insults and threats and slurs, that's, for me, that's the toxic. That's the line that you've now crossed. I mean, you could call me a cock-juggling thunder cunt as much as you want, and I'll just fucking laugh it off, but
What the fuck, Kale?
Bro, Australia, we got some good fucking insults.
Yeah.
Yeah, Truth Age, I might have that reversed. Fraternity definitely does not like the fact that that ROTE and friends are able to stand up to their numerous numbers with not warping into a keep star model. So as I said before at the beginning of the show, if you guys end up watching the VOD when it comes out, tomorrow, probably on YouTube. Look, ROTE and friends, even Snuff, who I'm not a big fan of. Like, good luck, guys. It's going to be an epic fucking fight tonight. I wish you the best. And I'm pretty bloody...
Isn't it in, like, an hour or two?
No, it's like 2 a.m. for me.
Oh.
Something like that, 1 a.m. 2 a.m., isn't it?
Go the fuck to bed, dude.
There is a lot of grey between the black and white. Yeah, look, Tib, there is, but it's knowing where that grey does turn into solid black. That's where you've got to stop. You know? It's kind of hard to insult Aussies. Yeah, look, we use insults as terms of endearment. I had an issue recently where I was giving shit to someone who I like and respect because, you know, that's how Australians show affection. We give each other shit. My fiance tells me on the irregular she's going to stab me. It's her way of saying I love you. And I had someone come up and be like, "Yo, you've got to be nice to this person. You're being rather insultive." Is it our responsibility to help clean up community? Poll has ended with 71% saying no and siding with Malachi. 16% saying yes.
One dude contributed 1,500 channel points to swing the poll.
Oh, well, look, it is what it is. That's what the channel points are there for.
Yeah.
And 13% saying, I don't know, whatever. But, yeah, no, I had some guy come up. He was like, look, you got to be nice to this FC. You've been rather insulting. And I was like, yo, bro, look, it's just banter. I actually like the guy. If I was really overly polite to him, that means I don't like him. That person's like, well,
is that why you're nice to me, Kale?
Where are you from? Where are you located, man? Like, roughly?
The UK.
Do you have this weird thing in the UK where, like, if you use... Like, if we call... Like, if I'm like talking to a barman and I call him champ or buddy or any kind of like soft term of endearment, almost like the person, like that's almost fighting words.
Yeah.
Is that the same in the UK? Like if you like, I don't know, like
I don't think so.
mate's acceptable, but if I like
Mate depends on the in the your voice, your tone.
a little bit, but like if you go to the toilet, right, and you open the door, or someone opens the door as you're about to walk through, and you go, "Oh, cheers, champ," or "Thanks, buddy," that's pretty much fighting words, right?
Yeah, I've noticed that.
I don't think we have that in the UK.
There is a saying which is in Australia where you call your mates cunts and you call cunts mate.
Cunts, mate.
Yeah, and that's definitely it.
Eh?
Yeah, when you're like, you don't sit there, when you're up to a fight, you don't sit there and go, look, you want to fight, cunt? No, you're like, look, mate, you want a bloody step, bud? Let's go. Like, come on, buddy, let's go. Yeah, it really is over here.
Yeah, it's a funny one.
Barman is
you don't trust
guy
people.
At the
you don't
pub.
trust people who don't swear, right?
Yeah, no, there's something shifty with those bastards.
They all go to dance parties at Hillsong.
Oh, God. So I want to move away from Eve from one quick second. Have you guys heard? So Queensland Rail bought a whole bunch of rat tests because obviously the rail networks are at risk the most because, a whole lot of traffic goes through. The federal government then confiscated all the rat tests that they legally purchased because the federal government needed them, finger quotes, and gave them to Hillsong. A rapid antigen test. It's the ones that you can get from. I know you guys call them something different over there. So for those of you who are wondering,
LFTs, yeah.
Those of you who are wondering, a rat test in Australia, like the rapid antigen test, is a COVID test that you get from like a chemist or something, or a 7-Eleven. Those quick tests you can do from home. So the government took them off Queensland Rail and gave them to Hillsong.
I don't know what the latter is.
Hillsong is a Catholic religious, kind of like Westboro, less racism.
Oh,
They're prosperity doctrine religious group in Australia, which basically believe that if you're rich, it's because Jesus loves you, and if you're not, it's because God hates you.
Okay.
It's its own thing. It's not Catholic.
Can you run another poll for me?
Yeah, right. What do you want?
Should Novak stay or go?
Oh my god, that's spicy.
What is it? Should no vax stay or go?
Should Novak Djokovic stay or go?
Oh, are you talking about
I'll put his name in chat for you.
the tennis player, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fucking spicy.
I've just been refreshing the news all week to see when he gets evicted.
Apparently, it's happening. The Governor General has the override. He has the power to veto visas, regardless of what the Supreme Court says. It's got to go to the High Court in the UK, and apparently, he vetoed the Supreme Court in Australia. Okay, I'm going to go back through the chat because there was a whole bunch of shit. So, Jalen asked, what's a barman? A barman is... what do you call a guy who pulls beers at the pub?
Good man.
Yeah, top bloke. Wait, Mav, are you even legal to drink? I can't remember. Well, Mav's gone silent. He's the guy at a pub or a club or whatever. He's the guy behind the bar that pours the drinks and you give your money to. Why is the guy from Dead Alliance hosting? We're still alive, still kicking, still active. I had no idea where pub came from. If you could actually say that in chat, that'd be awesome. Scotty is a Hillsong member. Yeah, he fucking is. It's not Catholic, it is their own denomination, but they follow the, which actually, the Catholic domination of like a subsect called prosperity doctrine, and it's stupid. He lied on the form. What did he do? What did Novax do? If you want to talk about it, Malachi.
Yeah, sure. Australia had some pretty harsh conditions through the COVID over the last couple of years. Lots of people having to stay at home for extended periods of time, losing the inability to travel around our own country between states, Novaks being not vaccinated, not having a real proper medical exemption, but still getting to come to Australia to try and make a ton of money, upset a fair few people. So I think what's really happening is Australia's Prime Minister is thinking he might earn a couple of votes in an upcoming election early next year for Prime Minister of Australia. And he's seen that as an opportunity. Traditionally, Australia being hard on borders is a vote winner for politicians, and he saw a good opportunity. Whether it's justified or not, it's debatable. But yeah, screw the guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
The send the boats back. I remember got the Liberals in a couple of years ago. It's a very touchy topic. Let's move away from the politics of real world now. We've had a bit of a chat. The poll's going to be over shortly. It's currently 4-2 for stay.
I imagine. Yeah, I think there's a. Gig X was Serbian, wasn't he?
Oh, that's why Mav disappeared. His bacon showed up. I really want to say something here, but it's rather misogynistic, so I don't think I will.
Oh,
but enjoy your date. So moving back on to Eve. Look, other than that, is there really all that much stuff going on at the moment? We've got Red Alliance, or what is Red Alliance's group called? Like Angry Russian ARG or something, ARC, Angry Russian Coalition or something. RMC. Red Menace Coalition, that's right. Thanks, Miller. So we got RMC. They look like they're moving out of faith and into their new systems.
I would call it Russian Major Club, but...
Is Red Alliance part
Do you mean Impasse?
RMC?
They are.
Yeah. But
I always get so confused.
The interesting thing is, though, they're currently getting slapped by FERA, the Stain Russians, because Red Alliance Russians and FERA Russians hate each other, apparently, and pretty bloody Angry Russian Fist Alliance for World Domination of Communism. Alpha WTC. What the fuck? But yeah, so we're pushing them out of faith at the moment. By me, I mean Test Alliance, occasional help from Horde, NC when they're bored, and XIX. We're sort of pushing them out, but with AOM giving them a whole bunch of structures and space when they disbanded, they're just moving there, which is making our job a little bit difficult, because that space is right next to Initiative, and I don't think conflict between members of the Imperium and Test Alliance are ever going to simmer down. Pretty sure that pot's staying at a permanent boil until the game servers end.
We kind of already did our part. We pushed them out of Impasse, we got good fights, and yeah.
You know who's taking the space for the iHubs we've been toasting?
I don't know who the fuck would want to live in Impasse.
Yeah, I haven't got a clue either, actually.
If I'm aware, Fire is currently taking the IAPs.
Mav contributed 30 bits to win the poll. Go 54 with 7 votes, Stay 46 with 6.
Well, I mean, who wants to live in any space, right? Isn't that the problem? Like, do you do anything in space, Kyle?
I occasionally log on and shoot pixels. That's it.
But do you use the space you live in? Like, is it of value to you personally?
No. I mean, I know industry and miners and stuff it is, but I'm neither of those. I'm rather nomadic. I'm happy to go wherever the fights are. You know, as long
I think
as there's a
it's
safe
really
route.
easy as a content person to say it. I don't need the solve, but yeah, when you think about like industry and the ships you use being kind of built by that in.
I just need a jump freighter route to jitter, right? Like, if you want to do industry, do it in low sec, sell it in jitter. Let us play the game. Like, let's not stagnate in our little fucking holes.
I mean, that's essentially what
Yeah.
Outer Passage is. Outer Pass is. It's a hole. It is a little corner where we were able to, after the war, recover, like consolidate. There's a whole bunch of changes going through. You've seen the Reddit post from ProGod, who is basically stepping down from the game for the next couple of months. Villy's left the Horde, which means the Test military leadership is now in. I'm not going to say it's in a flux. It's starting to settle now. So our two new military directors are Carmen Gel from Black Omega Security, which I'm a member of. We're recruiting, by the way. And Sandra Stone, the CEO of Disorderly Vagrants or Diva. They're not recruiting.
We're recruiting, by the way.
They're
No,
not,
we are recruiting.
No. They're not recruiting. So
We are recruiting.
So yeah, you can join Black Omega. So yeah, those are our new military directors of Test. Look, Ryan, I think you have too many brain cells. You can join Omega though. Yeah, so those are our two military directors, and they're doing a bit of change, and it's been some really good change for the good, I think. I've seen some good changes coming in within Test. I've been with Test the last couple of years. And this deployment is, in my eyes, helping them to, make mistakes, make victories, see what works, throw the shit at the wall, see what sticks, to see how they are going to be military directors for Test going forward. So we're going to see how that goes. I wish Villy the best and Horde. Like, he taught me a lot of things during my early days, relearning how to FC, like before the war and stuff. And same as ProGod, he taught me in his own screamy way how to do things, especially not leave with more than 2 fucking dictors.
Fucking dictors.
It's just, we need more dictors. Dictors, look guys, if you fly a dictor, fucking do it, man. The more dicks in a fleet, the better it is. Villy isn't. No, we don't need to sign a vigil for Villy. Villy's just really fucking busy with his work and shit and real life stuff, so we needed to take step down from an active role.
I really want this victorious person in the chat to come on the show. They're talking about how you need to ban large alliances to keep good fights in EVE, and I'm really interested to hear from them how they propose to do so. It would be an interesting debate, I think.
I agree.
Yeah, well, if they want to join, I'm more than happy to. As I said, it's an open floor. If you want to join, here is the Discord link. And thank you, Stream Elements, for posting straight after I did. It's not like I didn't just post the link, you goddamn bot.
I think Blackout was a step too far, but I think there's delete the ESI, delete standings. There's a whole bunch of stuff you can do to make it really painful to run mega blobs and coalitions that wouldn't impact small, agile, quality groups.
Yeah.
But I think CCP likes having the mega coalitions, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't play during the days where nullsec wasn't. Like, I'd love to, I'm going to poke Suis. I want to see if Suis is currently awake and wants to hop on. Because I'd love to hear about no, he's not. The Wild West days of EVE, where there were no alliances and coalitions, where, individual groups of friends owned systems, because this was before the implementation of SOV. Those days would have been crazy. It'd be like, the EU at the moment. You fly through one region and you go through a whole bunch of different countries.
But imagine a game, right, where say there aren't there's no standings, right? So there's just no obviously apparent thing to a line member who's roaming about who's friendly or who's not. All of a sudden, you can't manage huge nips and naps and all the shit that goes with it, right? But then you chuck on top of that, like, fuck it. Like, iHubs can die in a day. No more dicking around, like 48 hours later, give everyone time to like, there's just so much you could do to make the game more dynamic and condensed. Like,
Well, iHubs used to be able to be killed pretty quick back in the day too, because
yeah,
I remember shooting them. I can't remember if they were like set to a strong reinforced time for the next day, like POSs were. Because I remember TCU.
I remember us
and MTUs
talking about SOV being a constellation-based thing instead, which would speed it up, which would be quite interesting before.
Yeah, I think Malachi brought that up last week. You
I
have
think it was talking to Fandamite, maybe. It was interesting to do. But there's like, you could do a couple of things, right? Where it's you just need to rebalance how dynamic the game is, and whether it's constellation based or you can only kill an iHub of a system that's adjacent to not your iHub. So it's either got to be like, say someone owns a whole region, you have to take the iHub of the entry system first, and then any iHub next to that opens up to being attacked. Like, but they can fall really quick like dominoes, right, or not, and it's a shifting front. Like, there's just so much you could do with this game to increase the dynamism. Is that a word?
dynamic. Yeah, I think it would. Yeah, sounds right.
And not to think like any idea is the right idea, but I think it's the concept, right? That things need to happen faster in this game. Anyway, like test needs to die faster, right?
Fuck off. Test is where you come to learn how to FC on the back foot, and C's where you go when you're an elitist bastard who just wants to retire. I'm not wrong. We're on the back foot. Hey, look, I won't lie. Legacy fell apart. Villy was right in that regard. It was a war of extermination, and Legacy got exterminated. A lot of the alliances have fallen apart and cracked. We've gone from a leader of one of the top 3 coalitions to just an alliance with a bunch of allies. We are on the back foot. But I'm kind of digging that, because it's, this is going to sound like a corny metaphor, but it's separating the wheat from the chaff, A lot of people who can't handle it are leaving, and those who are ready to, grit their teeth and do the long trek are staying behind.
How can you say we're on the back foot when we're literally deployed right now?
We are, though. We used to be in a position.
Hiding, yeah.
Yeah, we used to be in a position where if goons brought 800 against us, we could ping and match that. Now we get 200-300 people, and we're like, we can't take this fight. We've got to back off. We're on the back foot.
When are you going to remove all your AFK people from the alliance to get a real?
We're doing that.
Nice. Can we do it? Can you live stream it on this show?
Log on your test spy, dude, and just have a look at the some of the older members of High Command in the Discord.
Hang on.
He's actually doing it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we're I mean, look, I will admit, Brave definitely got there ahead of us, but we are moving forward, and people who had grandfathered positions are being moved out of those positions. They are still holding an honoured place in TESS because obviously they helped create it. They were there from the low sec back into the null sec days. And their opinion will be listened to, but they're no longer in those positions where they have the power to, out of nowhere, after not saying anything for months, to just be like, no, you can't do this. And people be like, who the fuck are you? And how do you have the power to tell me no?
I got promoted this week. Very exciting. I'm now an Alliance FC.
Yeah, you're welcome.
No,
You've been doing
What
a
do you
good
mean
job.
I'm welcome?
Who the fuck do you
Pog.
think puts up, like, works out the list and we all talk about it, dude?
Oh, Pog champ.
Yeah, mate. Don't
Wow.
you start getting stiffy. I will fucking get you demoted straight back down to junior FC.
I don't know. I don't know.
Fucking make me a Corp FC.
Did Kale just say he promoted someone to Alliance FC?
What? No, we
Yeah.
we
Is that what he
we,
just- is that
we,
what he
we talk
implied?
about it. No, we talk about it. Who's been good, who's
Oh,
been bad, who
Jesus.
shows promise, who doesn't. Mav's been doing good.
I'm more worried about Kale's credentials than judge at FC.
I don't know if they're better than me. You know, they get the promotion.
Yeah, the whole game's a fucking Alliance FC.
Fuck off.
If that's the benchmark.
Oh, who
top-
is the top dog in test now? Huh?
That's a good recruitment line, right? Like join test, become an Alliance FC.
Fuck off.
The top dog in tests. So Sapporo Jones is still our
I
executive.
also could argument join boss, you will get strategy.
Yeah. Or join Black Omega, get drunk, drop battleships, and play battle nips.
And see the tits of Bella, like yesterday.
Did you have to post that in directors, dude? I'm scrolling down. I was
sorry.
like,
Sorry, I had to even ask for a titty picture of mine. And
I was like, is that his foot? Wait, no, that's his tit. Okay. So top dog in test. Sapporo Jones is still our executor. Takali Tackleson is our head diplomat. And Sandra Stone and Carmen Gel are our head military high command. So it really depends on what kind of, like, what do you mean by top dog in test?
it's still Sapporo, dude.
Yeah, Sapporo is obviously the boss, and then you got a top dog in each of the
Top dog in test pan fam, isn't it?
Oh!
Ale Govins. Look,
Fucking spicy.
I decided there's not enough slander in this show, right? Like it's in the title.
yeah, I don't know. Maybe we need to do a title change. I'll put up a vote on the New Eden Post poll.
It's Saturday Circle Jerk probably isn't what you want to be.
I wanted shit cunt Saturdays, but I wasn't allowed to.
Yeah,
Obviously, because Twitch.
I'd co-host that if you called it that.
You want to call it the SCS? But no, we weren't allowed to because Twitch, TOS, and stuff, and so we tried to come up with something catchy because this was back when Luke was my co-host before he decided that he was a young person and the country was opening up and he wants to go to pubs. And Saturday Suckathon. I don't know, and maybe a name. I'm also thinking about streaming more, actually playing Eve. I'll probably end up doing. I got to talk to Redline if I can do that on this one. If I got to do that on my personal Twitch, so keep an eye out for that. But yeah, no. So, were your guys planning to check out the Poshman thing? Yeah.
Sorry, are you talking to me?
It's open to anyone in comms or on chat. Like, who's going to go check
What
out
was the question?
the Pochman fight tonight? It's like fight night.
You,
It's gonna be like
you
UFC.
mean this morning, dude, not tonight.
Oh, this is an Australian show, right? It's tonight for us. Look, as I said, if you guys can't make it, I'm probably going to stream it before someone decides to snipe my shuttle. I might actually go all out and buy some kind of cloaky ship. What is cloaky and nullified nowadays? Or is it just a interceptor with a nullifier and a cloak?
I don't actually know. I think you can just put a cloak on a ship with a nullifier.
Just
If
take
you
a
want
shuttle.
cloaky warping, yeah, I don't know. If you want cloaky warping, like you could do it in a blockade runner, I guess, or like
Yeah, because you can't fit like a Tengu with a covert ops mod and a nullifier mod. Rigs. Fuck, what are they called?
If you had more friends, you could just sit on structured tethered and stream it.
I could message Fraternity and ask. Yeah, I might do that. Hey Norris, can I stream your Fortizar dying in Navula, please?
Fraternity have already got Munins on it.
Already?
Just a handful, maybe, what, a dozen so far?
No, as I said, like, those, like, Snuff and Rote and, like, the rest of Pochko, they're definitely a threat. We might even get to see some of the bigger capitals enter the field tonight.
Is Tainted Orphan still in chat?
Oh no. Taint, you there, dude?
You gonna warp your cap over?
You are... Yep, it says he's in chat, but it depends if he's playing Dota or not. And if he's listening. Taint. No, Taint's not playing Dota, so he might be listening. And I've known Taint for years. I used to fly with him back in Convicted. He schools my ass every time we play Dota because I always fuck up. Hey, there's Taint. The Pochman fight. Are you going to be are you going to see some of the big toys enter the field? Are you going to walk over some of them? Yeah, we're talking about the Pochman stuff, dude. So in case those of you don't know, Taint is the CEO of Vera. It's a corporate corp in Rote Capel. They're all a batch of catgirl enthusiasts. There are no caps at Pochman Jedi Handwave.
I mean, you
Isn't
can't
he
even
the
get
CEO,
caps,
or are
right?
you the
So
CEO, Cannon? I can't remember, man. You find it out.
he's probably the XO.
Are there
What?
any supers Taint?
Cannon is totally the CEO. Absentee dad. I don't know. You're gonna have to ask like Taint and Cannon. They're both members of Rote. I'm curious. I really want to see. There are no caps. Yeah, there are no caps in Pochman, and we have no relay. It is just propaganda created by our propaganda team to confuse our enemies. Wait, Cannons and Snuff? I think we started a little war in the Twitch chat, guys. But yeah, look, as I said, I'm going to do my best to try to stream it. There is a very good chance that Redline might try to poach it off me just for the fact that he actually lives in America where Twitch host sites are, so he doesn't get lag and bad graphics. It depends if he's awake or not, but I'll probably end up streaming. So yeah, I think it's, what, 1400? Taint, what time's the timer? Eve time? Or our time even? Or your time plus 1 hour? Because that's my time. 1 hour, 36 minutes. Okay. Cool. So what, that's 12 then? I thought it was at 1 a.m. I mean, if I could work out something to talk about for the next hour and a half until the fight starts, I could just leave the show running. But I think we're running out of topics at the moment. Your fleet is currently at 13, the Frat fleet is at 400. Don't lie, Taint, you don't FC. NSH is dead, so I'm pretty sure its health is flatlined. They are now Elysium? Is that what they're calling themselves now?
Elysians, isn't it?
Something like that. Wasn't that a movie?
Have you got eyes in this Petron system?
No, I'm actually about to fill them in there. I've got Eve open up on the other screen at the moment.
Decent chunk of Tempest fleet issues here as well. Should be exciting. Should be another expensive day.
Who's the TFIs?
It's me, sorry.
Oh, it's you.
All my tunes.
Multi-boxing all my Alpha accounts.
Hey Taint, can you shoot me a fleet invite and give me a nice perch to a warp to stream the fight?
Just ask for docking access on the thingy.
Which filament is it? I know it's the Potchman filaments, but I know some can get you closer than others.
Send you a link.
Home 5 Potchman.
That'll take you to one of the home systems. It's not necessarily the best idea.
Buy my cry for 200 mil. We're in his area. Oh, also, guys, does anyone know, has the AT ships been handed out yet?
I think they're going on CC next month, based on what I saw on Reddit today.
Okay, so they haven't been handed out yet. Because I've been really curious about. They don't even have stats. Oh man, you'd think CCP would have had them ready by now, because those are some ships that I'm really interested to have a look at and shoot. The ships do have stats now. Stats are on Sissy. Okay, yeah, because some of those ships look really interesting. The Frigg has 7 mids. Fuck off.
Really?
Is it a Sunesis?
Zero
Oh my
lows?
God.
Is that the E-War one? I don't know if they're pulling my leg or this shit's legit, because it could be a combination of the both, knowing those two.
I mean, an alliance level test FC should know what's going on, right?
About alliance tournament ships? I mean, look, you're apparently better FC, don't you know?
I'm just suggesting that common sense would be something that's commonly found in an alliance level FC, but I don't know.
Well, you would expect common sense in an alliance level FC, but would you expect common sense in an alliance tournament spaceship made by CCP?
Yeah, that's the question. Anyone logged on at the moment having issue with the fitting tool? Because mine's just saying there's a black screen.
It's racist, by the way.
It's a. I'm not even gonna go there. Like, nice try. I'm not falling for that. Just trying to fit up a stiletto so I can try to get my eyes on this Hodgfin stuff.
So you know, there is 2 sets of combat probes out, so it should be exciting time to stay alive.
That ought to do it. I mean, it doesn't have to be shiny. It's just got to not die on my way there.
I got
I DM'd you about the filaments to use as well, by the way.
Yeah, cheers. I got that. There's no walk or
I got
stabilizers.
fucking smart bombed on my way into high sec the other day, and I lost my shit. I was so fucking annoyed. I wanted to go to bed, but I had shit to do, and yeah, I was very angry. Fucking smart bombs in low sec.
Well, thankfully, yeah, there's no warp core stabs in NX5.
Right.
Why do you need them in NX5, dude?
To fit up a stiletto, Bella, so I can go stream the fight in an hour and a half. Oh, come on, just fit it even if it is missing the fucking piece. Of course it's not going to. Fitting game. Cheers for that, Cannon. Appreciate it. Yeah, so I'm just trying to get this in. I mean, if I can get in there before the tie-dye, it's going to be good. I remember with the RTAC A armor timer, it took me a while to get in there, and we only ended up catching the last quarter of the fight. So if I can get ahead off the curve for once.
I'm assuming fleet fight notifications were sent in, and there'll be a reinforced node. It also shouldn't be as bad with it being in Poch. Like, it's a lot, or it's not a lot harder, but it's harder to get people in than it is in, like, Nullsec.
Yeah. I mean, look, fingers crossed, right? So there's going to be an interesting fight nonetheless. Like, this is a make or break. Actually, I can ask this question now because we do have Taint and Cannon in the stream. Does Fraternity have any other structures in Pochven, or is this their only structure? It's their last one. So this is definitely a make or break fight for Fraternity. They either need to win this or they're going to lose their foothold.
I mean, there's 2 stations here, right?
I mean, I think both of the stations in Navula are owned by ROTE and friends.
You can't own stations.
Not the stations. You know what I mean. The citadels. Yeah, well, I'd rather own a citadel that I can PDS bubbles off than an NPC station. Cool. So I think Cannon linked me an IMGA for the ships. So I'm going to put that up into the stream. So this is for the AT ship. Sorry to wrap back around. And I'll try to put it onto the stream because I'm still learning how to use this shit. The amount of times that I poke Mav before a stream, I'm like, how do you do that? How do you do this? Because Redline's usually asleep. Mav, to throw that a web page up, it's just a window capture, isn't it?
Yeah, if you've got like a browser open, yeah.
Yeah. So
I would suggest popping open if you're using Chrome, opening a guest session.
no, I use Firefox because I enjoy having RAM.
Oof.
Give me a second. Let me add the source for this. That's going to look like that. Yeah, you get to have a look at my thingy. Is it that one? There we go. It's that one. And unlike Redline, I'm not logged on to IMGA, so you can't see my name.
Oh my god, yeah, that was very sad.
There we go. I'm going to do it the shitty way. Alright, so these are the Alliance tournament ships that have been handed out to the various winners. I think it was the top 5, top 4 teams.
How many low slots has it got?
So
it's at the bottom. It has those.
Down the bottom, yeah.
God, they look so fucking sick. I really want
so
one.
The Raiju is 363 with 3 launch hard points. The Lalapus is 754 with 5 launcher hard points. So it doesn't have no low slots.
It does have a lot of mids though. Holy shit.
Yeah, it do. So let's scroll up to the top and work our way down. So the Raiju is an ECM ship. The electronic attack ship bonus. I know, right? The electronics attack ship bonus is 20% bonus per warp, scrambler, and disruptor range, and reduction in activation costs per skill level to 100% optimal range at max skills for scrams and points, and 50% reduction to the activation cost. Your Galente frigate bonus per skill level is remote sensor dampener effectiveness up to 50% and 75%. Kadari frigate. Well, fuck, you guys can read. You can see what the hell, it is. The roll bonus is penalty to missile flight time and 200% bonus to missile velocity. So shorter range but faster speed to reach your target. And it does look nice. Like it is the Mordu Legion ships as their base. They did look really nice. So these are the attributes. Capacitor to recharge, Shimonifier. Acid warfare resistance, targeting range, 70 kilometer basic targeting range, 7 targets, 32M signal range and 650 M&M, yeah. 440 base speed though. So that's going to be interesting. I know a couple of people want to get the Raiju. This is what did I call it before? The Laplace? Sorry about that.
Oh my god.
Layerlips.
It's a fucking heck, dude. It looks sick.
Yeah, it is. It's a fucking heavy interdictor. 20% bonus to warp destruction and screen. Holy shit! So you get like bigger bubble per level.
Isn't like the rest of them like that as well?
Fuck if I know, man. I fly dictors, not hectors.
Imagine like tackling a tie-in with this fucking thing. Holy shit!
I flew Hictors in the war to stop idiots who were pissed off from undocking the T5Z Keepstar and warping into 1DQ with their Titans.
Good times.
So yeah, we've got 10% bonus to missile reload time, bonus to damage rapids. So the roll bonus, 100% reduction signature radius penalty from the field generator. 200. So it's also got the bonus to missile velocity. And the penalty to flight time. And 10% bonus to all shield resistance. If we look up at the shields. 1580, 70. Yes, obviously still an EM hull, but, you know, that's to be expected. Caldari Mimitar ship.
Holy, can I segue into a really random question?
Yeah, go nuts, man.
I just opened up my skill queue, and how the fuck do I turn this piece of shit off? Like this.
Oh, that. You, up the top, it's kind of like your map. You click the... so, because you're in skill plans, I'm guessing?
Yeah, how do I just get my fucking normal skill queue?
Yeah,
That's
skill catalog.
horrendous.
Yeah.
When the fuck did they change that?
I'm not sure. I don't mind it a little bit. Like, I think I don't like the skill plans. I think the skill plans are a great addition for helping new bros who are joining.
Oh, there it is.
And then, yeah, so that's going to be cool. But yeah, as I said, the layouts are 363 for the Raiju and the 754 for the Laylips.
Oh, we got a patch.
You got a patch?
It's just like Doctor Who stuff, but it's bug fixes, which is good.
Okay, like not being able to scan them down. So thanks for that, Ken. I appreciate that, mate. Lass. Yeah. I don't know. I kept saying lapless. It's Laplace or something. Okay, I'm just trying to get in position at the moment in Poch and just buying the stuff that I need so I don't go pop really quickly. You figured out your skill queue, Malachi?
Yeah. Yeah. Just realised I flexed this account like 27 days ago and didn't put a skill training.
Ooh.
Not that it matters, right?
Everybody watching the stream collectively flinches.
Yeah.
Like, because I hadn't flexed accounts for a few months, right? And then that skill queue thing is horrendous. Skill plans. I can't find the Test Alliance FC skill plan.
Oh, that's fucking... That's spicy.
We've got one. I don't know if it's been updated.
We actually do have one, yeah.
I know it was written that it was required before you became an FC, and I somehow was still a skirmish FC while I hadn't had everything trained.
Oh god.
Hey, look, man, I didn't say I'm perfect. I'm not bad, but I'm not perfect.
Feel
Changes
bad for
done.
the skill plan website. Whenever I log into it, it just fucking freezes for like 2 solid minutes, loading all my fucking characters.
Yeah, well, how many bloody characters did you have in your fucking My Year in Eve? It was like...
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got like 9 accounts.
who was it that had like... Oh, will you piss off, please? Every time I warp into a belt, try to use this bloody filament.
Fuck.
Oh, yes, activate quickly before they lock onto me. You must be in a fleet to activate a filament. Oh, of course I fucking do.
Cringe.
I think you need to be in a safe spot too.
Yeah, I've got a couple. Well, I thought I did, but apparently they're belts. Fleet on you.
Don't you have to be like 5,000k from anything to use them?
Is it? Shit.
Oh no, I think that's 5,000 off Citadels, isn't it?
Yeah, I was just swapping to 100
yeah.
off a belt to see if it worked. Okay, so I've got a D-scan at the moment of Navula. There's currently 108 Munins, 79... Oh, 75 TFIs, 2 Balgons, 2 Tempests, 24 Simmies, a couple of Aneros and Guardians. So, and another 260 Toons are currently docked. Like, this is going to be spicy. As I said, you look, Taint and Cannon, if you're still in chat, I know you guys were on the fleet that did the initial reinforcement of, not the initial, the armor timer. How many did you guys have in system and in fleet compared to Fraternity? Because I think you said that on the post that Fraternity got stuck 1 jump out. Was it? He stopped shooting to let them in. They didn't jump in. Frat pulled about 200 people for the armor time. Only 200 for something that important. They managed to get 100 into Potchman before the whole collapsed.
Oh my god. Have you seen this fucking this Tengu that Jeremy managed to kill with a 4x?
No, I didn't.
Like, just on his own.
Jeremy killed something?
I just linked in Twitch chat. Very sad moment.
Was that Tech 1 guns on his thorax?
Yes, it is. Fucking hell.
Oh, wow. That is... Look, good job, Jeremy. I don't know how that Tengu...
That guy is lucky that the tier 3C skill loss is gone. Holy shit.
Alright, I'm in Potchman. Let's see how well this goes. And if I can remember how to spell Navula.
I'm looking forward to hearing the rage when you die.
I'm not. Okay, cool. Yeah, so hopefully we'll be able to actually... Holy shit. Is that just my auto quality playing up on the stream? Yeah, alright, cool. I had to look up at the stream view and it was just... I forgot I lowered it. Anyway. So yeah, that's definitely going to be happening. Probably, as I said, probably going to stream that. Depends on whether or not Redline can get a character in on time to stream it. It's going to be spicy, guys.
Are you going to be awake for it?
Who? Redline.
Redline?
Redline's been waking up pretty early lately. So there is a possibility he may be awake for it. Or
Isn't the timer in like the next hour?
I believe so. Fleet outside ran around with their heads cut off while the fleet inside got waterboarded for 12 jumps. So here's a question. Like Pochco, as I am calling everyone in Pochven who is against FRAT, because I don't know what your official name is, and if someone wants to let me know what the official name is of you guys, if you're a coalition or have come up with some stupid name for the allies, are you guys going to let Fraternity into Navula or to defend it? Are they already in, or are you going to try to shut the door on them and waterboard them again? Oh, since lunch, Jesus Christ. Fraternity, you really don't want to lose this one.
I mean, yeah, you don't really want to lose your last Fortizar and Poch.
Well, no, you really don't, do you? I think this is going to be a good fight, Mav. I think this is definitely going to be a really good content fight. And if it wasn't for the tie-dye, I wouldn't mind doing a bit of sports casting style for the fight. You know, we see Fraternity warping and they come in there and sitting at 100k and here comes the road capella and they're fast and then, just random shit like that.
Way too fast for tie-dye.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's more like, and they're aligning? Yep. And I think they're starting to warp. Oh, tie-dye.
I remember when we did a couple of streams for the Alliance tournament, and we kind of casted that, and that was really good fun, actually. We had Villy and some other people on, and yeah, that was really good fun. It was really impromptu, but it was really good.
Luke and I ended up watching a video of a fight and like sports casting it on stream a couple of months ago. And we were going to make it a segment on the show where we were going to get people to send us fights and we're going to pick one. And we were just going to, off the cuff, without really watching it beforehand, try to like sportscast it. But yeah, nothing ever really happened because, we were, I will admit, at the beginning of the show's inception, we were really bad at remembering and not being in another game at the time, looking at the clock and being like, oh, fuck. And then when we started getting the stream on time was when Luke, stepped away, obviously. So if anyone's interested...
I said Spice.
Oh, not really. He's off doing, he's living his best life now. The restrictions are being lifted and I don't hold it against him. If I was an introvert with a fiancé who's immunocompromised, I'll probably be doing the same thing. But instead, I sit at home in front of my computer and talk to you guys about a video game.
Wait, that was like a backhanded insult. Fuck you, Kale.
Well, actually, it wasn't. Okay, maybe it was. It was more of a backhand insult to myself with the fact that this is what I do for enjoyment. Instead of... Well, then again, I guess...
Yeah.
The pubs and clubs aren't what they used to be. So I'm an old I'm a hardcore candy kid from back in the day.
A what?
Raver. I used to go to raves.
Okay.
Yeah. So candy kids were the ravers used to, like myself, used to dress in all the fluoro colors, have like all the armbands and everything, the fat pants. And we followed a philosophy of PLUR, P-L-U-R, which standard for peace, love, unity, and respect. Basically, imagine neo-hippies listening to Doof Doof.
You sound like a boomer right now. I'm sorry, Kale.
Fuck, I'm only 30. Go fuck yourself, you young piece of shit. Ah, shit, that's a bobble.
RIP. You're nullified, right?
I am now.
Oh, God.
Oh, I'm out. There was a...
Oh, my God. Fucking hell.
Bloody horde bubble. Are these structures in Otella, are they all owned by Horde? Holy crap, there's a heap. There's so many Astra houses in here. Yeah, and now you go to raves and stuff, and it's all just lads. Or I think you over there you call them chavs. They wear Adidas bum bags. Oi, bro, what's up, laddie? Can't fuck your shit.
They're not. They're chavs, not chads.
No, we call them lads, and I think you call them chads. But
Yeah. They're chavs.
Yeah, not chads.
Definitely wouldn't call those people a lad. Lad is a term of endearment.
Over here, it's an insult for a Dero that sits at a train station and tries to fucking bum a cigarette off you.
Yeah, that's our definition of a chav for sure.
Mate, you gotta smoke, eh?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. I'm arriving on grid.
Are you sure?
I'm very much sure because my frame started dying as soon as I landed.
Yeah.
Alright, so look, I'm gonna... I don't know, I guess maybe I'll put it up as a poll. Because I'm here now on grid. Yeah, there is a lot of tier 5s Blackbird.
Like, before the timer starts.
My prediction...
if it gets destroyed or not. Like, one of the actual predictions. With points.
Oh, those. I think I'll do that when we stream the fight. So the poll is just going to be...
Cool.
So the poll is going to be... Do I keep talking random shit for the next hour till the fight, or start a new stream?